First year of issues a theme tonight. And next up, my friend, one of my true loves in collecting, the Franklin Half Dollar series. Do you remember what year it was? Well, let's go to it, shall we? The year is 1948, right? The Walking Liberty Half Dollar was 1916 through 1947, and then in 1948, the new Franklin Half Dollar is introduced. And it was like on fire at that time. Remember, we had a presidential craze with our circulating coins. In 1909, we introduced the Lincoln cent. In 1938, we introduced the Jefferson nickel. In 1946, we introduced the Roosevelt dime. In 1932, we introduced the Washington quarter. You getting my flow here? But in 1948, we didn't jump to another president. We went to one of our greatest founding fathers, Ben Franklin. Founding father, scientist, you name it. But it's an interesting stat in history. Now, the back of the coin is even more so. See that little dinky eagle on the right-hand side? You notice that all of our other big coins have big eagles. Franklin was one of the naysayers at the original Continental Congress when they chose, actually the Second Continental Congress, when they chose to make the American eagle our national symbol. He thought it was more of a vulturist look and it should be a more wholesome bird. So he wanted the turkey. Read up on it. It's a phenomenal story. But with that said, we now have a brand new 90% silver half dollar. Now, it lasted for 16 years, and then in 1963, due to the unfortunate events late in the year, with the assassination of President Kennedy, and then the introduction of the new Kennedy half dollar, now we have a presidential half. This series ended. If you look at those 16 Philadelphias, 14 Denvers, 5 San Franciscos, there were 35 Franklin half dollars that were struck over these years. These two, well, just an interesting part of history because it's very rare that the first year of issue is one of the lowest minted coins in the series. Usually we just make tons of them because we want to get them out there, right? But if you look at the 1948 Philly, it ranks number 3 out of all 35 coins. The Denver is the lowest minted Denver, so it's number 1 out of the 14 Denvers I referenced earlier, and it's number 5 out of all 35. So we're talking about 2 of the lower minted coins in the entire series were first year of issue Franklins. Now, San Francisco didn't start until 49, so there are only 2 coins in uncirculated condition. Now, the Defender in the graphic refers to the holder. NGC, PCGS, right? They have the name for their holder. And a lot of you have asked over the last month or so to just, can you tell me which coins you have in this beautiful new holder? And it's just like a capsule or a sleeve. It just helps protect the coins. My graphics department put together some beautiful labels for each series, so all the Franklins look the same, all the Morgans look the same, so you can collect them that way. But we just have it as just a byproduct of doing business. Look at our price. We're at $29.95 for an uncirculated Franklin half dollar. My competition on the Denver, $62.50. On the Philly, $63.50. Buy both of ours and have enough for a coffee tomorrow, right? The Your Choice, the Your Choice, whenever that red banner comes up, all it means is you have the choice. We're not telling you you have to buy both to get the low price. Those are the prices. If you can join us with one today, that's what works for you, thank you. We'd love to do some business. We'd love to have you as a customer. If you can afford both and it's what you want to do, or you've been building the Franklin series for a while now and going back to year 1 has just been something that's been a little bit more complicated because my competition charges so much, well, tonight, good timing for both of us. We'd love to do some business. We got them in stock and ready to go. Now, above the bell, below the E and the S in states, you're going to notice right there, that's the D mint mark. It looks like the hook you would hang the bell with. Everybody gets confused as to, well, it doesn't look like a mint mark. That is actually the Denver mint mark. The S is even worse, because it looks like a squiggly S, like an S hook, right? Oh well, a tidbit. So tonight we have the first, and we love our bookends. We love our first years of issue. The Morgendahl were first. We talked about them earlier, right? Lincolns, we love the first. We always loved the firsts. We had the Kennedys available earlier. We love the firsts. And it's because of one simple thing. All collectibles sometimes are more complicated to collect them all. I mean, the Lincoln Cent's been out there for over 110 years, right? But I can join in with the first one, and then if I can, I can pursue it if I like it, if I choose to jump into it. Well, when you see prices like this, for first year of issue, uncirculated coins, and I have to be biased, the presentation is outright stunning, is it not? Outright stunning. Yeah, absolutely. Now, why do you not find many Franklins today? Or even 64 Kennedys for that matter, in uncirculated condition? We had this thing. It wasn't really a thing. It was an event. It wasn't really an event. It was just a passage in time. Silver goes to $50 an ounce in 1980. I remember that year. It was a fun year-ish, a little bit less than a year. It was just a crazy time. I was a paper boy in the 60s, so I had my books from when I put together my collections. But all my extra coins were in my tins, right? Separated by denomination and type. Indiscriminate, circulated, calls, uncirculated proofs, silverware, flatware, family heirlooms. I mean, this $50 melted for 20 bucks in 1980. Luckily, somebody had better restraint than I did as a youngster at that time and held a few back. But it's the reason why you don't find a lot of high-end, because it was the last large coin in circulation at that time in history. Guys, we got to put a 1-minute clock up. Lots of people buying the Ds. I love it, but again, they're both crazy special, and they're both at $29.95. Beautiful label they came up with. Just ties in. $29.95. I mean, has anybody seen a silver Kennedy $50? The next $50 for under 50 bucks? Unless it's been here on one of our specials. The brand new silvers out of the proof set, 22s, 23s, are over 60, 70 bucks a coin when you break up a proof set today. The only place they put silver. But tonight, you can go back a half a century plus, pretty much 3/4 of a century today, and get the very first Franklins on the block. But those Franklins are uncirculated, and this is a complete set, the P and the D from year number 1. But not $62.50, not $63.50. Our price tonight's $29.95 while they last.